Welcome back to Living Korea, the channel. I'm heading out onto the river today again because I just thought the weather was nice over the past couple of weeks and I was getting restless, and it was time to pull out the board again and get out in the river. So that's what I'm doing. I have no idea what the water is like. It's only been a couple of weeks of heat here in Ulsan, South Korea, but I figured that should be enough to get me over on the water and out. The river's got a nice temperature to it. It's not very cold, but it's also not scorching hot. In this time of year, water tends to heat up and get all blabbity, not uncomfortable, kind of lukewarm. But this water is nice. Water is still pretty shallow here. The reason why I moved spots, I'm starting in at the bridge in Gyeongli, and the reason for that is that I was trying to avoid the carrying in the shallow water that is there for the most part all the way from Gyeongli to Mugadong, to the bridge, the Pohang bridge, and it's still pretty shallow. The back fin is dragging on the ground, so I'm gonna get off and I guess walk a little bit longer. It's about 7:30 right now, I think. I got here at about 7 o'clock, a little bit late, but since I was starting a little bit further down the river, I figured I can give myself some time and sleep in a little bit longer. Because Jack needs to sleep, man. I'm overtired. But right now I'm at the spot that I said in the last video would be a good spot, a bit slippery. Would be a good spot to start the journey past Gyeongli and all the shallows. And this essentially is the last shallow mini rapid here on this river before the Pohang bridge or whatever it's called. And after that it's smooth sailing. It's nice and quiet on the river again, as it usually is. The only thing I can hear, well, birds and the cars. Traffic just behind the bushes. There are birds, the mullets are jumping, dragonflies. Very nice. Wow, see that? This is great. It's looking very nice. I'm in a spot where the river kind of splits out, forks out into different parts of the fork. And it's looking very nice. That's Mugadong over there, very quiet. I'm coming up on some reeds, which is neato. The one thing you got to keep in mind when you're floating down this river, it's pretty shallow, so you constantly need to be on the watch out for shallow parts so you don't keel over, because the back fin sometimes drags on the ground, and when that happens while you're standing up, or while I'm standing up, there were a few times where I ended up in the water just because I lost my balance. Let's see how this pass goes. Could be pretty shallow here. see if we can push through. Oh, we made it. Alrighty. We'll cut on some reeds. On to the next adventure. Ah, we're by the bridge. Alright. Oh, that was fast. This journey is going a lot faster. I think the biggest part is carrying the board from Guyongli all the way down through all the parts that you have to carry it if you start off from Guyongli. Slippy. A bit shallow here. And over there is a little rapid again, so more stones on the way. So I'm just gonna walk a little bit, I guess. There's a lot of cranes everywhere. Cranes, birds, fish hopping. Those are fish right here, trying to make their escape. There are mullets flopping about in the water. There's a bunch of them, you can see their backs. Oh. Here, Molly, 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 Molly. Dinner time. Whoa! You jump. Whoa! Maybe bugs around. These fish are jumping. With all these fish jumping, there is a fisherman guy. Certain areas of the river do not allow fishing. I wonder if he's hiding out here. I wonder if this area does permit fishing on the river. Ça va, sœur? Un peu de chips. Well, I seem to have gotten myself into some marshes here. It's a very nice part of the river, but let's see how deep or shallow this will be. Very nice though. Adventure calling. A bit noisier. Out on the other side of the river, it's very calm. Oh. Yeah. It's shallow here, so I guess we're gonna have to walk it through. Oh, I'm gonna be getting tangled up in reeds and stuff. Reeds and leeches. This is deep enough to paddle through this part. Very nice part. Sorry for disturbing the ecosystem here with all these lily pads, frogs, floating plastic bottles, cans hanging from trees, bed sheets, whatever that is. Left or right? Left or right? Left. Wow, fish! Did you see that? I'm coming up on the Mugodong Bridge, which is just around the bend, I think. Just went over a nice little rapid, and of course I didn't record because who would want to record the the biggest excitement of this whole trip, going down this tiny little rapid under the bridge. Also just missed a massive crane, but I'm just passing under the Mugodong bridges. Up ahead, that's the walking bridge, and then there's another car bridge, and behind me there is another bridge. 3 bridges, lots of bridges, bridges. Up under the bridge right there is a giant crane. It'll probably get startled as soon as I come up closer, making noise with my paddle. You can see it between right there. It's getting ready to take off. I find myself to be a wee bit hungry. It's a lot better spot to have a break, have some lunch or early breakfast than in the middle of the river. It's 8:30 right now, about that time, and so it's still pretty early. Like I said, I set off around 7 o'clock, I guess. So out on the river for about an hour and a half. Let's check the time exactly. Yep, it's 8:26 to be exact. So that's not bad. Timing's okay. What's for breakfast? These nuts. I also brought a sandwich. It's probably getting squashed here in the backpack. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks nothing like a sandwich. It's a jam sandwich. It's supposed to be a jam sandwich, which got ravaged here in the backpack. Jigyeon found this jam. It's really good. I forget what brand it is, but it's more like marmalade than jam. It's so delicious. The only thing that's missing is coffee. Did you just see that? Things are jumping everywhere. Coming up on some significant landmarks here in Ulsan, the twin buildings or whatever the heck they're called. It's near to, I'm close to Samsandong, so a bit more of a stretch before I get to the place where they use the boats, the tubes, the boards, the stand-up boards as well. There's a place you can rent stand-up boards here as well. So I'm on my way there, almost there. I just dropped the camera in the water. Luckily I was able to catch it on time, but it was going down like a stone. Well, I've arrived at this dock that I stopped at last time, and the fine gentleman of this establishment gave me some coffee. Today there is no coffee, the place is still closed, but the dock is here, so I get to chill out a little bit before I head for the last leg of the race. So my goal is to get to that bridge. That's the last bridge, I guess, before the river spills into the ocean, before the bay, and it's pretty rough because the stretch is pretty wide and there's a lot of wind blowing in from the sea, and it makes it a bit creates a bit of wind resistance, so I gotta hunker down and give her. Hello. Hey bud, I'm on the river. I'm on the river on the tube. I just cut my hand open. I don't know, I think when the camera fell in and I was trying to catch it, I got a scratch. Bleeding. I don't know what to do. I don't want to drink this water, the river water. It's 9:20 right now. I guess I'll chill out here for about 10 minutes and then I'm gonna head over to the bridge And then I have to figure out a way to get back home because I no longer have the luxury of renting Lime scooters. I think all Lime scooters have been taken out of circulation. I no longer am able to take Alpaca because they, I don't know, they shut it down, they banned me. And I may have to take a cab. Oh well. Unless I could scrounge up a cacao bike. That could also be an option. We'll check it out when we get there. Alright, time to move on. It's 9:30 right now. Hop on the board and head towards the bridge. Looks like the city may be preparing for some dragon boat races. Those look like that may be it. Dragon boats. Like I said, I'm here, and now I'm gonna let the board dry a little bit before I release the air, and then I gotta figure out a way to get back home. I'll most likely take a cab, but I'll try to look for either cacao bike or some other scooter type transportation. So somehow, I'm not exactly sure how, I managed to register a credit card that I have with me with T-bike, which means, and there's a T-bike nearby, which means that I think I'll be able to hop onto a electric powered T-bike and T-bike my ass back to Guyongli. Let's see how that works out. Just gotta find the bike now. This is the beat up ass bike that I'm gonna ride home. Just gotta activate this sucker. Hee hee, off we go. Battery powered bike, which means I guess it goes twice as fast as what I pedal. Check me out on this battery powered bike going against traffic. Hopefully this thing will take me all the way to Guyongli and doesn't cost an arm and a leg. Woohoo! Dropped my phone. That was a disaster. These bikes really should have some gears on them. This is gonna be a long ride, man, all the way to Guyongli. At this pace. Oh, I should go on the river. Because why the heck not? Yeah, we're back on the river. Yeah. Good thing about the T-bikes is that they don't operate on a Wi-Fi connection or a Bluetooth connection or whatever the heck they use. They charge the batteries and then you go as long as you can go on the bike. So that's good. You don't need to pedal fast, you just pedal a little bit and that charges the battery enough to keep you going. The scooters have zones, so if you're on a scooter and it doesn't have a lot of reach in the city, you'll find that you have to dismount and change scooters just so you can get back within the reach of Wi-Fi or whatever. Almost there. I think maybe 5 or 10 more minutes. More like 10 more minutes, maybe 15, don't know, but almost there. Well, made it. I'm here. Usually gotta park the bikes pretty somewhere comfortable. So let's end the ride if I can do it. Anyway, that's it for this video. I hope you liked it. I hope you enjoyed the ride with me. Make sure to smash up the like, subscribe to the channel if you like it. Come back for more. Hit that little bell notification button so you get notifications for further videos. And I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye. One more thing. When you finish the ride, you have to make sure that this is locked. And then the app asks you to take a picture of the bike, the way it's positioned. And you're good to go. This ride cost me 5,500 won, which is pretty good. It's a lot cheaper than what I would have paid if I had taken a taxi here. And I also got some exercise. All around a pretty decent experience. I'm all happy. Alrighty, see you in the next one.